Well, hello and welcome to my latest video. You're thinking, what is that idiot doing now? Well, first thing to say is, as you know, I've turned my whole house into a film set. So I have different studios in different locations in the house, so I can film in different rooms. So you've seen me in my workshop, you've seen me in the garden, you've seen me in the garage, and now you're seeing me in the upstairs room, what I call my bedroom set. And I'm in my bedroom set because I'm going to make a slightly different sort of video. No, not that sort of video. I saved that sort of video for my Only Campervans channel, which is the channel where you get to watch people having sex in their campervans, although not me, obviously, because I don't have sex in my campervan, but that's another story. No, the reason I'm up in my bedroom is because I am away on holiday tomorrow, and that's why I've made a number of videos to keep you guys entertained while I'm away, because I won't be making a video while I'm away. And I'm off to France. Yes, I'm off to France to see my brother-in-law, who lives in France, funnily enough, and he very kindly invited me out to watch a stage of the Tour de France, which some of you may know is a cycling event that's currently going on in, of all places, France. Big surprise there. So I'm going to be away for about 5 days or so there'll be no videos during that time, I'm afraid. So I thought I'd come in the room, the bedroom set, and make a special video about how to pack a rucksack, which is a piece of, you know, those kind of life hacks that you get on TikTok or Facebook. You know those endless life hacks where they say, oh, toothpaste. Use toothpaste to clean your toilet, or use toilet cleaner to clean your teeth. Do you know the kind of thing? And then they do a life hack and they kind of speed up the film. There's a little bit of music, and there's usually quite a pleasant child or a good looking woman or something like a good looking man in the background making the video. Anyway, it's a bit like that, but without the toothpaste or the toilet or the good looking man or the good looking woman or the child or anything like that. So it's about how to pack your rucksack. So let's get started, shall we? Now, the first thing you're going to need in order to do this kind of video, if you want, well, not this kind of video, but if you want to copy what I do in the video, in other words, pack a rucksack, first thing you're going to need is a rucksack. That was a rucksack, in case you wondered what was blocking the screen. This is a black rucksack. Doesn't have to be black, other colours are available, and this is made by a company called Cycon. You don't have to use this one. Well, obviously you can't use this one because this is mine, but anyway, a rucksack. This is perhaps a buckpack. This is perhaps a backpack as opposed to a rucksack. A rucksack is perhaps a bit bigger. So I could retitle this video, How to Pack a Backpack, but that doesn't trip quite so easily off the tongue as it does in my Only Campervan videos. So let's get stuck in. The other thing you're going to need, apart from the backpack or the rucksack, is some stuff to put in it. So let's move to the next stage of the video. By the way, when I do pack the backpack, you see what I mean? It's difficult, isn't it? I'm going to put that aside. When I do pack the backpack, I'm going to give you a point of view, and that's where you see what I'm seeing when I'm packing the backpack. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to use my phone, and I'm going to use a special device which is called a mouth mount, which I got from my Only Campervan videos. And this is the mouth mount, and that's going to go in my mouth like that. My phone is going to be attached here, and so you're going to be able to see what I see, even though it might not sound entirely clear. So I might do less of a commentary when I come to that section of the video. So if you're ready, if you're settled in, sat down, you've got yourself a cup of tea or some Pimm's and gin and lemonade and blackcurrant juice, Coca-Cola, whatever your tipple of choice is. Perhaps you've got elderly grandparents and they want some, I don't know, some Horlicks or some hot chocolate. Hot chocolate is very good, by the way, in exceedingly hot weather. It helps to cool you down. There's a funny kind of scientific thing going on there. Not quite sure what it is, but Steve Barclay explained it on the TV last night. So anyway, let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Right, well, here is all the stuff that's going to go in the backpack. There is the backpack, ready and waiting on the bed. So the next thing to do is to stuff the stuff into the backpack. I suppose it's only fair to mention that what you put into the backpack is not necessarily that relevant to this video. This is about how to pack the backpack. So if you want to pack the backpack with other stuff as apart from the stuff that I'm going to pack into my backpack, then by all means do so. But this is about giving you some advice on how to pack the backpack, not necessarily what you ought to put into the backpack when you pack it, if that makes sense. Okay, so we're now in mouth mount mode, and it's quite difficult for me to see, talk, pack at the same time, but I'll do my best. Right, so now I've brought the backpack over, I've presented the backpack to the stuff, and let's see what we can do now. Okay, if I'm entirely honest, the mouth mount bit, point of view stuff, didn't really work. Did try filming it, but it all got a bit messy, so I'm going to dispense with that. So the way I'm going to pack the backpack is I'm going to take some stuff, I'm going to take an item of clothing like this, and I'm going to put it in the backpack. You see how I've done that? So I've opened the zip, but it's always important that you undo the zip of your backpack, assuming it's got a bit first, otherwise it's very difficult to get stuff in. So I've undone the zip, and now I've taken some clothes, and you see I'm putting them into the backpack, and I'm kind of pressing them down. Here's some socks, for example, and I'm pressing them down. And the reason I press them down, you might say to yourself, why is he pressing them down? The reason I'm doing that is because I've got quite a lot of stuff to go into my backpack, and therefore I'm sort of compressing it down like that, so I'm going to have enough room. You see, I've also rolled up a shirt, a couple of t-shirts there. I've rolled them up like that. Here's another one. Here's a kind of polo shirt. I've rolled it up and I've put it in. Here's another t-shirt, quite a few t-shirts. So I've put that in, I've pressed it down well hard into the backpack. Here's some bag of toiletries. If you want to know what toiletries I've got, there's a separate video about how to pack your toiletry bag. And here I've got some electronics. This is what we call a plug and a lead. That's going to go in there. And this is like a USB thing, so I can charge all my various devices. And this is one of those plug adapters. Now, as you know, we here in Britain, we're no longer part of Europe, so we're not allowed to use European electricity. What we have to do is we have to use one of these adapters, and what this does is it takes electricity from Britain, in other words our sovereign electricity, and it transfers it via wireless connection. You do need Wi-Fi into the French grid, and that enables you to plug your devices into a French socket but still use sovereign British electricity, which, as we know, of course, is much better, it's much stronger, it's much faster, it's much more effective than French electricity. And having done that, in other words, packed the backpack, I'm going to do the zip up on the backpack. I do suggest, incidentally, that having packed your backpack, that you also do the zip up. Otherwise, when you turn it upside down, or when some of those baggage handlers at the airport, they turn your bags upside down like that, as they do. They kind of swing them around because it's a big game for baggage handlers. Then if you haven't done the zip out, all of your stuff is going to fall out and you're going to have a very miserable holiday. Anyway, and there you've seen how to pack a backpack. You've seen how to pack a backpack. And you can adapt this video, certain changes here and there, if you're using a rucksack and if you're using a suitcase. Similar system with a suitcase. You undo it, put the stuff in, then you close it up. You see, so if you're using a duffel, you know what a duffel is. I don't know what a duffel is. But if you're using a duffel, same thing. You open it up, you put the stuff in, you close it up, and there you are. Your duffel is packed. So a trunk, if you know what a trunk is, you open the trunk, you put the stuff in, you close the trunk. You see, so the basic principle of packing a backpack can be applied to lots of different items of luggage. So I hope you found this video as interesting to make as I did. I'm sorry the point of view stuff didn't work. I'll have to wait until I'm back into only camper vans in order to do that properly. Make sure you subscribe. It's a small fee on a monthly basis, which helps to pay for, hygiene and equipment and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm off to France tomorrow. I don't know what you're doing, but whatever it is, I couldn't care less. Because if you remember my motto, nobody cares. See you next time.